Well, it was destruction in the first 15. Australia going at 10 and over. After that, New Zealand has managed to pull it back. In the next 20 over period of play, New Zealand has managed to pull Australia back. They've scored less than a run a ball in that, so which when you're going at 10 and over, New Zealand will happily take that as if it's their birthday. But Australia are 254 for 3 at the end of 35 overs. To talk about that and a lot more, it's the GK and DK show here, also known as Cricbuzz Comm Box. Those first 15 overs, absolute mayhem.
You should rename it.
Yeah, the GK and DK show, right? Let's just do it right now. They should means there's nobody else here. It's just the two of us anyway.
DK show.
So that's what it's called now. So hello and welcome to the GK and DK show, telling you about how New Zealand has managed to pull it back. So in the first Comm Box, I said that Glenn Phillips is coming on to bowl because for Tom Latham, he's a good luck charm, is Glenn Phillips.
True.
Even Tom Latham and Glenn Phillips hadn't fathomed how deep that statement would run.
Quite the effort. He's had actually a brilliant spell. 10 overs on the trot, and to bowl to for start the two openers and then to Stephen Smith as well. Quite the spell. You have to say this has probably been the most defining spell so far in this match, and it could well be a match-winning spell if what your prediction was behind scenes is anywhere close to being true.
My prediction is Australia 340, New Zealand to win. And Smith got out the next ball, so pulled it even. And this was at the 28 over mark. But but looking at the way New Zealand has come back, actually looking at the bowling analysis, it's so interesting because it seems like Glenn Phillips is playing a different game against different batters on a different surface, and all the other bowlers are playing against somebody else.
And we're talking about serious bowlers, and look at the economies of everybody who's old. Nobody under 6, and then there is one glaring first bencher, Mr. Glenn Phillips, at 3.7. Quite the effort. And we're talking about in-form bowlers, Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson and Mitchell Santner, all taken to the cleaners. So brilliant batting effort. It was, brilliant how you put it. I thought Australia were headless till head came in, and today they played, like they are the ones that are Ravan with many heads.
Many heads. But here's the thing, sometimes what can happen, and DK tell me this, you plan as a batting unit against a lot of bowlers and then suddenly Glenn Phillips just comes out of syllabus to you and ends up just with his innocuousness or just doing the simple basics right. Just gets, because look at the wickets he's got.
Yeah.
He's got Warner, Head and Smith. True. Those aren't easy wickets, right?
True, very true.
Those are people who fight for their wicket, and they did today.
And he's also kept Mitchell Marsh in check, who's very good against off-spin. It's probably his strongest suit amongst the spinners who are there. So he's really bowled well, tells you the quality, but I think we should speak about Head. What a knock it was. Right from the outset, some of the shots he played along with David Warner, beautiful, just the kind of intent he had. And he also is, as I said, throws hell for leather, doesn't think twice, just goes after. If he believes the shots to be played, he plays it. He doesn't think twice.
There was a Matt Henry, there was a 6 hit of Matt Henry, that was a free hit. It was, I think it landed in McLeodganj. It went out of Dharamshala, landed in McLeodganj. That was just the kind of form that he was in. He was brilliant. That opening partnership was brilliant. But they're poised at a very interesting place now, Australia. I know I'm just anecdotally just pulling a number out of my hat when I say 340, but analytically, when you see where they are right now, the New Zealand bowling to come, where the play is contextually, where do you realistically see them going?
They should at least get 365 to 370. And I say that only because they have 7 wickets in hand. And at 35, if you're 254, you want to be close to 370. And that'll be a decent batting effort. If it's a good batting effort, we're talking about 390s and the 400s. It's a decent batting effort. They should be there. They've pulled things back. Got to remember, for everybody's watching, 23 overs, they were 200.
Yeah.
In 35, they've kept them to 254, which is 54 and 11 overs. Like you said, they've really bowled them under not even 6, under 5. Yeah. So quite the effort. Yeah. But here on, again, Australia will slowly but steadily press the accelerator. They'll play shots, especially Mitchell Marsh. If he's set, he can play a few shots. Maxwell to follow. They have the batting, they have the belief. It is about making sure they stitch one good partnership with great intent. And then they're looking at 360, 370.
Let's see how many bowling options or how many overs Tom Latham has left from the rest. With Glenn Phillips bowling his quota out, it's obviously given a lot of options because a lot of bowlers are having bad days. So when your sort of 6th bowler can come and give you 10 overs, it is just, it's Christmas for a captain, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Glenn Phillips, I don't think he would have looked at that and said, considering all right-handers through the middle, he would have thought of bowling Glenn Phillips for 10 overs, but a great shout by Tom Latham. There are some bowlers who do well for certain captains, and I think Tom Latham really enjoys Glenn Phillips. When Kane Williamson is a captain, we might not see him bowl so much. Today is a brilliant effort, but they also produced another chance, which was dropped. Daryl Mitchell dropped Manas Labuschagne very early in the innings. Could play a factor, but in a way, through the middle, you don't mind Manas batting. If he's not taking too many risks, he wouldn't really hurt you. But having said all that, it needs a good spell from Lockie and Henry to pull things back. And I only say that because through the middle and the death, they are more effective, and they need to, do well for New Zealand today.
That catch was dropped off Trent Bolt's bowling, and you should have seen his face then, because he was like, "Come on, Daryl, things are not going good for me, man. Just catch that." But Trent Bolt is that kind of a bowler who can just come back into the game and amongst the wickets at any point in time. So, yes, they've got great bowlers. One bad spell or one bad period of play where they leak runs does not make them bad bowlers. So trust me, their egos will be hurt. They're going to come back with confidence. So it's going to be a very interesting 15-over spell of play here in Dharamshala. We're going to come back at the end of that and talk about it on Cricbuzz Live. So do join us then right now on the DK and GK show. It's goodbye.